Hello and welcome to Shop Talk with Dan the Man. Today's video we're going to discuss workbenches. Every shop needs one. Every shop should have one. Stay tuned to find out more. Hello, if you're new to this channel, my name is Dan Shannon. I enjoy woodworking as a hobby and being out in the shop. On this channel, dive deep into my shop as we explore tools and tool reviews, as well as chatting about everything related to woodworking. If this grabs you by the tool belt, please subscribe to my channel if you want more videos like this. Hello and welcome back to Shop Talk with Dan the Man. In today's video we're going to discuss workbenches. There's many different types of workbenches. You can go online, get plans for different types of workbenches depending on what you're doing for your shop and depending on what your hobby is / trade. That would depend on what bench you build. Now in this particular case I have two benches, one to my right, one to my left. Both I built myself with wood that I just had left over. There wasn't any idea per se behind it. I just needed something in my shop to hold my tools, which would be the one on my right, and the one on my left to work on projects, whether that's gluing up a project or building one. This is what this bench is made for. So let's jump into the one on the right for now, and then we'll jump into the one on the left. So the one on the right, basically I wanted a workbench that I could have all my tools set up on. Now, a lot of times with this sliding miter saw, for example, there's not a whole lot of space on here, so I have to bring it out and in order to use it. So there is some adjustments, especially when you have a shop that's not overly big. You have to do some compromises with your setup. But I'm able to take this out. I can actually pull it out of the way, put it on some sawhorses outside if I have something that's, say, 12 feet or longer that I need to cut. So it's very easy. It slides back when I don't need it. Same with these other tools. This planer, if I'm using this, obviously I can't plane boards to the back of it, so I usually take it off, set it up here on sawhorses and plane my boards. And same with the drill press. I can maneuver these around so I can bring the drill press out and use it. But the main goal with this bench was to have something I literally can just set things up on tool-wise and use. Now, the future for this bench, I do like to do modifications. So I'd like to do some modifications to this bench at some point. I'd like to develop a track system where I can slide out some boards and extend this. So when I use the sliding miter, I can just bring it to the front and then have a nice long table to work with. So I do have some thoughts as to what I'm going to do to mod this at some point, but for now it does the job, holds the tools. I have access to any one of these tools at any time, and also, as you can see underneath, I have storage. So I built this so I could have the tabletop come out, and also I framed it in on the bottom. I could store stuff underneath. Now later on I might do some shelving, do some cross braces, and then put some shelving in there to kind of have this a bit more organized. But for now, just got some wood in there, and just for storage reasons. So kind of sky's the limit for benches. You can go online, get some very well thought out, very impressive workbenches. But in my particular case, in my shop, I'm not a professional. I do this as a hobby, so I needed something that was efficient and that did the job. So that's basically a look at this bench and what kind of utility that it has. And let's jump over to this bench and I'll kind of show you, what this is used for. So in a similar sense, it's constructed similar height. You can also lower it or raise it depending on, how high you are or your height in general. You don't want anything you're kind of bent over for. You want something that's, waist height, give or take. Go online and you could find out maybe some measurements if you're not sure. But I just kind of eyeballed it. This was kind of, for me, it was a nice reach, nice height. I wasn't hurt my back, bending over all the time. But for this workbench, I wanted something that was very sturdy. I do work on engines and different things from time to time. So I wanted something that could handle a lot of weight if I put a lot of weight up here. This is made out of 2x6. This is what I had lying around. Other people will do like a solid piece of wood or plywood. There's not really any way to do it. It's really up to you as far as customization and preference. The design I picked was out of my head. Actually, I didn't go online. I just thought, 2x6 and then cross braces. I do have storage underneath. It's kind of a hodgepodge of stuff I got lying around for now. I got to clean it out and make it more, user friendly. But for now, it's just kind of storing a bunch of junk. But on the top, you can notice it is clear. So I keep it clear. So this is my work bench. So I do all my work. You can see there's gouges and different imperfections on the top. So I have used it a lot for building and, like I said, I worked on engines a few times. So I'll put my mower up here and I'll do work on it. But it's nice to have both benches. Both are equally as important in my shop. One, the tool side, and then the other for the project gluing and working on pretty much anything is this side. So I really like having both options. Now, if you didn't have both options and you have a small shop, it's very easy to still have a clean surface in your shop to work on as well as use your tools. You might have to think of maybe some better storage options for your tools. So in this particular case, if I didn't have this bench, I could always take these tools and make room underneath. So I would design my height of my bench to carry these tools underneath. And that's perfectly fine. Yeah, there's a little bit more kind of back and forth. If you want to use a saw or if you want to use a sander, you got to pull it out, plug it in. But at the end of the day, it's a shop that you still can enjoy and it's purposeful. You designed it that way and you can still enjoy all those tools. And maybe at some point I'll put some shelving, just like I said over on this side. I'll put some shelving in to store different things, but for now it's kind of the way it is. I also have my charging station here on my bench. I got my power bar so I can plug in anything that I want to use, that needs to be plugged in on this bench. And I got my stereo so I can listen to music. Got a couple speakers, which is really nice if you're working on a project to have a little music, I find anyways. And then kind of on the end, I got a storage for all my wrenches, screwdrivers, drawer system, which I really encourage. If you have really any types of tools, it's good to have them in their place so you know where they are. In this case, I got shelving all set up for my tools, and at the end here I got a drawer system for all my smaller wrenches and ratchets and different things. So on the end of my bench, that is for my storage. So this section of bench is not really being used except for holding my storage. So yeah, that's kind of a little look into Workbenches, at some point I want to do a vise on, probably on the end, so it's kind of out of the way, so I can stick my chainsaw if I have to sharpen my bar, or if I have a piece of board and I want to put a bit through it, I can clamp the material in place and bore my hole. So I would like a nice vise on my bench at some point, so I can do a little bit more shop stuff. But yeah, that's kind of a look into the two options that I use in my shop. The tool version of a workbench, and then a cleared off bench for projects, gluing, and etc. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you know any videos that I have coming up. You can get notified for the next ones. And don't forget to watch this next video, and have yourself a great day.